George Clooney and Amal Clooney have long been considered one of Hollywood's most solid couples. Their relationship, which blossomed quickly into marriage in 2014, has always seemed perfect on the outside, blissful, charitable, and packed with elegance. But recently, there have been whispers that their marriage is facing some serious strain, and it all has to do with a mysterious meeting George had with a former lover. What really went down during this encounter? Could it signal trouble in paradise for the Clooneys? Let's break it all down. To understand the gravity of this situation, we first need to understand who George's ex is. George Clooney, known for his charm and good looks, has had a colorful dating history before he met Amal. One of the most notable women in his past was none other than Talia Balsam, a talented actress who was married to George for a few years in the late 80s and early 90s. Their marriage didn't last, but they reportedly parted on good terms. Fast forward a couple of decades, and George moved on to a series of high-profile relationships, including models, actresses, and famous personalities. However, it was Amal Clooney who ultimately stole his heart, an accomplished human rights lawyer with a sense of intelligence and purpose that aligned perfectly with his own world-changing ambitions. According to several reports, George Clooney was recently spotted having a very private meeting with Talia Balsam. Now, we all know that former spouses can remain on good terms, and this isn't necessarily unusual. However, the timing of this meeting is what raised eyebrows. The meeting, which reportedly took place in a secluded, private location in Los Angeles, was said to be incredibly intimate. There were no paparazzi present, and George's usual security team wasn't around. It was as if they went to great lengths to keep this encounter under wraps. That's where the mystery begins. Why the secrecy? Sources close to the Clooneys claim that Amal wasn't aware of the meeting beforehand. And if that's true, it could be the key reason why Amal's reportedly feeling betrayed and upset. But what could have been so important that George needed to meet up with his ex in secret? Many fans and insiders speculate that Amal Clooney, known for her composed and intelligent persona, might be feeling a little uneasy about George's relationship with Talia. While some reports suggest that Amal has been incredibly supportive of George's past relationships, this sudden secretive nature of the meeting may have left her questioning things. Amal is no stranger to the complexities of celebrity life. As a high-profile human rights lawyer, she knows what it's like to be in the public eye, but her marriage to George has always seemed to be a stable, if not ideal, pairing. However, in recent weeks, insiders have said that Amal has been seen looking unusually quiet and reflective at public events. She's even missed a few high-profile engagements with George, which has led to rumors that there may be tension at home. If Amal is truly bothered by George's meeting with Talia, it's understandable. After all, it's one thing to maintain a cordial relationship with an ex, but it's entirely another to secretly meet up with them in such a private and intimate setting. One of the biggest questions raised by this entire situation is why George Clooney felt the need to keep this meeting so secretive. Clooney is no stranger to the public eye, and he's always been open about his past relationships, even with Talia Balsam. So, why now the secrecy? There's speculation that George might be trying to protect Amal from unnecessary stress. Could this secret meeting be related to something personal, like closure or unresolved feelings? Or could it have something to do with a more pressing issue, perhaps something that George felt would upset Amal or the public? Some sources even claim that George and Talia might have been discussing a project together, given that Balsam has connections in the film industry. It's possible that this meeting was professional rather than romantic. However, with no official statements from either George or Amal, it's impossible to confirm these theories at this point. So, how has Amal Clooney reacted to the news of this mysterious meeting? According to friends close to the couple, Amal has been reportedly quietly upset, but has been trying to maintain her composure in public. Sources have suggested that Amal is hurt not only by the secrecy of the encounter but also by the fact that George didn't inform her beforehand. While she's not known to be overly confrontational, she's definitely a woman who values honesty and transparency in her relationships. There have also been reports that Amal and George have had a few heated conversations about this meeting behind closed doors. While neither has spoken publicly about the rift, there are whispers that it may have led to some tension between them, particularly as they work through the complex dynamics of their high-profile marriage. It's hard to say exactly where this will go from here. Will George's mysterious meeting with Talia ultimately drive a wedge between him and Amal, or will they come out stronger from the ordeal? As of now, the Clooneys haven't made any public statements about the situation, and it's unclear whether or not Amal has fully processed her feelings. One thing is for sure, George and Amal have always been fiercely private about their relationship, and this is likely just one of many hurdles they'll face. Whether or not it will cause a permanent rift remains to be seen. George Clooney's mysterious meeting with Talia Balsam certainly raises more questions than answers. Is it the beginning of trouble for one of Hollywood's most beloved couples? Or is this just a blip in their otherwise smooth relationship? Only time will tell. We'll be keeping an eye on this developing story, and we'll be sure to keep you updated as more details come to light. But for now, let's all hope that George and Amal can work through whatever issues have arisen.